Hello viewers, this is the Garrett and welcome to another episode of DayZ. Um, so I had quite the adventure yesterday just trying to record. Um, I had a problem with this server yesterday where there were no zombies or loot at all. That looks like it has changed, so we're going to go ahead and roll with this one. A little bit low on food and water, but hopefully we're starting off in this school. I think it's a school. I just call it school. And hopefully there will be some supplies for us in here. Oh, yep. Looks like we got the loot back. Yesterday was a very, very interesting day trying to record for you guys. I had a couple issues where I forgot to record audio. And recorded a whole half hour without getting any audio. Had another one where I forgot to have fraps up and wasn't recording any video. And then after that, got to this server, and again, as I said, there were no zombies or loot, so I had to change another server. Finally, ended up getting a server open where there didn't seem to be any issues. And then, a couple minutes in, after I had found some gear and loot, there was some weird occurrence. I don't even know how to describe it. Everybody on the server just appeared a couple thousand feet up in the air and started falling. And as we fell, we appeared, this is what I thought I saw, we appeared to pass cows in parachutes. You heard me right. Cows in parachutes. And then, right after seeing that, we all fell to our death and started proclaiming our woes and misfortune that had happened. So, yesterday was not the best day for recording, as you can imagine. So, hopefully we'll have a little bit of a better run today, and we will see how we do. So let's see here. That building is ooh, got some walkers in it, but I know for a fact that there's loot in that type of building. Oh, and there's a supermarket over there. We're going there. That's where we're going first. Supermarkets are gold mines. They usually have backpacks, weapons, food, equipment like watches and compasses, things of that nature. So we're definitely going to go that way first. Oh, but we're going to get spotted first. We're going to run and attempt to lose our pursuers and then make our way back to the good old grocery store. Oh boy. Oh boy. And now we're injured. This is not good. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and go into the grocery store and then hopefully just hack at them. Get rid of them. But first we need to bandage. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that. Okay. Bandage myself. So we're off to a good start. Hopefully they won't clip through the walls and get us. But maybe we can just circumvent them and not even have to deal with them. That's usually the best way to go if you can do it that way and not have to deal with them at all. Looks like they may have lost the scent, so to speak. Alright. I believe this has more room than what I have. So I'm gonna... Oh boy. He definitely sees us. Wonder if we can get him through the wall. Oh, there we go. Huh. What do you know? It worked for us for once. Alright. Let's see here. It's been a while since I've had to change packs. If I remember correctly, I was able to open it Yeah, and then I could put items inside of it. I have to remember what I have in the backpack. Just heat pack. Okay. So I'm going to actually just take the heat pack, put it in my inventory, close this bag, and I am going to... Let's see, actually. So we have 8 spots in that, whereas I think if we get the check, we'll have 12, maybe? But first I have to find it again. There we go. Alright. Take this pouch. Alright, now let's see. Do we have more space? Yes, we do. Excellent. Alright, so, not a huge difference. Hello, another backpack. This is a... I can't tell right off the top of my head. It's just showing up as a soda can, so I'm not going to bother with that then. I'm just going to take the loot and take the soda pops. Getting low on drink anyway, so we might want to crack one of those bad boys open. Ah, nice refreshing soda. There's no better drink when you're in the need to survive than soda pop. That's one kind of goofy thing I find about this game, is that soda is apparently going to, it's going to keep you hydrated. Ooh, hello, Leonfield. We are definitely going to grab you. So let's go ahead and put this bad boy on the tool belt and pick up the Leonfield. I don't know if we have any mags for him yet, or if it came with any mags. I know that they've changed it so that it comes with much less ammunition than what it had before. Oop, didn't mean to reload you. I meant to go to the Leonfield. Let's see, can we reload him? Yeah. Alrighty. Goody goody. What do we got here? Map. Yes. Excellent. That is definitely... Man, there's a bunch of backpacks in here. I mean, they're all tiny ones, but still. Alrighty. Hunting knife. I already have one. Let's see what else we got over here. Another vest pouch. Very interesting. Alright. Binoculars. Sound like some angry zombies out there. So, one thing that I'm definitely going to have to change about the way that I play now, now that water and meat give you the chance to get infected, I'm probably going to have to, hold on one sec, probably going to have to end up not going as deep into the wilderness as I usually do, just because, I used to rely on coming across bodies of water and filling up my water bottle. But if I can't do that anymore, or at least I can't do that anymore without risking getting infected, not so sure how much I'm going to want to do that in general anymore. I'm just not sure if it's worth the risk. Alright, we're going to try to crawl across here. And, ooh. We're going to let him pass, and hopefully he won't see us. Don't see us. Don't see us, buddy. There you go. Whew. But yeah, I'm not gonna be able to drink from bodies of water with the safety that I used to. I mean, it's not a huge chance to get infected, but still, it's gonna drain your blood every second until you get down to 3,000 if you get an infection. Now, if I find antibiotics, that might be a different story. Then I might be willing to take a chance. Or matches and wood. Although I still haven't figured out quite how to boil water. I tried it in one of my attempts to make a video yesterday and couldn't quite figure it out. I was trying to do it just straight from the water bottle onto the fire, and that may not be the way to do it. I might have to put it in a tin can or something. I remember seeing that you can. I'm going to combine that for 1911. I remember seeing that you can put stuff in tin cans that you get after drinking sodas and such, and boil it in that. So maybe that's what I have to do, is I just have to have a tin can on hand, and I can't do it in the water bottle itself as I was hoping. So we'll have to check that out. But it's definitely going to change the way I play a little bit. That chance of infection. Definitely going to put a damper on some things. Do I still have a heat pack from before? Doesn't look like it, so we're going to go ahead. Oh, I do. So I'm not going to worry about those guys. You don't typically need heat packs in Cherno. More for Nemalsk and maybe some of the other maps that I'm not used to playing. What is this? Watch. We've already got one. So no thank you. But yeah, it's going to change the way I play a little bit. I'm not going to go quite as deep into the wilderness as I said before. That used to be my old strategy, is just to get away from the zombies and most of the players as well, and just head for the hills. Another soda pop. Kind of low on blood. Didn't realize that before. Must have gotten attacked in the last video. I can't remember. We're definitely starting off in a different, in a little bit of a different area than we were in before. Might go over to that building over there and see what we can find. I think I might just make a dash for the school again, and then just head across the street. Ooh, what do we have here? Has loot respawned here now? Maybe we should give the school a second pass. A ghillie suit. Oh yes, I will definitely take you. But I think I'm going to actually keep it in my backpack for right now, because in the city it's not quite as useful. Oh, here we go. So let's see. What have we got here? There's a couple more Lee Enfield mags. Can definitely use some of those guys. Alright, and we're going to... Let's see here. Put one of them in there. So it looks like there's some new loot in here. So we're going to go ahead and give the school a second run through. And this actually... Ooh, this actually might be... If we find enough loot in the school, we may be full up and might just head out after this. There's no point in continuing looting buildings if you're totally full on supplies. Alright, bandages. We could use some of those. Bandage. And it looks like there's a couple more over here. Put them in the old backpack. I'm starting to kind of draw comparisons between this game and some other of my favorite zombie games. There's really only one that I can think of as a favorite zombie game, actually, to be honest, and that would be The Walking Dead by Telltale. They did such an amazing job with that game, and it's totally different from what this is. This is more survival at a necessity level, like trying to find the items that you need to survive. So food, weapons, water, supplies, wood to make fire, and that sort of thing. Whereas Telltale is more the human side of it, and it's a totally different experience. If you haven't played those games yet and you think it looks a little lame because of the cell shadedness and the animations, or you think it looks cheap, don't let that fool you. It's an amazing game, and you should definitely give it a chance if you haven't already. It was probably my favorite game of 2012. Not exaggerating at all. I loved that game. It just it triggered emotions in me that I had never received from a video game. At the end of the first season, I was bawling like a baby. Not gonna lie. And it sounds like they're gonna make a second season. But in terms of comparisons, you know, this is a totally different thing in that, like I said, you're just scrounging for materials to survive, and Walking Dead is really just more about it's more about interacting with other people and trying to figure out how to deal with other people when you don't agree with anything that they're saying, or when they may be endangering your group. How do you handle that? How do you deal with that? And it asks a lot of very hard questions, and it's very difficult for the player at times to make these decisions. And there were decisions that I had to make in that game where I just was totally unsure of what I was doing, and kept questioning myself. Well, what if I had done this? Should I have let that person go? Should I have sided with this person as opposed to this person? And it makes you ask all these questions of yourself. Where does your morality stand? And people used to kind of say that about this game a little bit. It's like, are you going to kill that player for their items? Are you going to let them live and hope that they don't prey upon you and take your stuff? So it asks those kind of questions, but there's never really that face-to-face having to deal with crises together moments. And like what I used to hope there would be when online gaming and microphones first came out. I remember when I was younger and I thought, oh my gosh, we're going to be able to talk with other players. It's going to be like Band of Brothers. We're all going to work together and we're going to coordinate and everything. No, that is not what it turned out to be at all. If I would have been my younger self would have been so disappointed if I could see what online gaming and chatting has turned into. Yeah. So we've got pretty much a full pack of items and tools, so we're probably just going to head out into the wilderness for now. We're actually going to take a look at that map that we got. So let's go ahead and find a bush somewhere. I have to try to figure out what city we're in. I'm still new enough to the point where I can't tell if the city that I was just in was Cherno or Electro. So let's see here. Oh, well, there we go. Electro. So this is a server where it'll actually show you what it'll actually show you what blah blah blah. It'll actually show you where you are in the game. A lot of times they don't do that. So we could go south towards Cherno and maybe go for the airfield and the army base. Or we could go north. Decisions. You know, I've never been up this way, and so this is kind of about my journey and what I want to kind of do. So I'm going to take you guys on a journey that way. I think we're going to go up towards the Tapulca Dam, and then we're going to cut right on this road and maybe bushwhack a little bit. Try to come across a couple settlements and hopefully find some food along the way. Maybe at Mista. And get to Sol, can't pronounce that name, before we starve and or die of thirst, but it's going to be a risk. Like I said, now that we can't rely on the water or anything, it's going to be a risk. So I think, one sec, I just gotta double check. I think we take this road. Yeah. Alright. So we're going to take this road. Actually, we might take that dirt road that kind of runs parallel to it and just follow it above, because you never want to go right on the road. It's not usually a good way to go. It's a good way to get yourself shot by other players. And again, yesterday when I was trying to shoot some videos, I was actually running in the wilderness, you know, totally by myself, totally out in the boonies, and came across another player. He was right in front of me, heading the exact same heading I was. No idea I was behind him or anything. I didn't hail him or anything because I just didn't even want to draw attention, and I lost him. So I had no idea if he was going the same direction I was, or if he cut off and went some other direction. But we were at one point going the same exact route, and that can get dicey when you're sharing a trail with another player. It didn't look like he had any weapons on him, so I wasn't too worried about that. Is that a cow? That might be a cow. See, this is one thing I'm a little worried about, heading out into the wilderness right now without any matches. Definitely worried about that. We're going to have to see how that pans out. Maybe we can come across some on our way, but it's kind of doubtful. I'm going to be honest, this isn't the best decision to just head out into the wilderness like this without matches. You usually want matches to go out here, but I've been trying to make a journey from Electro and or Cherno over to the northeastern side of the map for a long time, and I've gotten to the border of those cities and then gotten eaten by zombies. So I kind of want to try to make it happen because I've never really explored that part of the map before. But, you know, you kind of wonder if this game could ever have any story elements akin to what The Walking Dead by Telltale has. I've kind of wondered, you know, maybe they should add some NPCs besides zombies. Maybe the bandits should be NPCs and just have roving groups of bandits going around. And I'm sure a bunch of people might bemoan that idea, but I feel like it might be better than having the players fill that role, because I would prefer to have something that would kind of band us all together, personally. I mean, it's cool that every once in a while, I mean, I understand coming across players and having them trying to take your stuff would be an addition to the realism, because you can't trust anybody. You wouldn't be able to trust anybody in this type of situation. But at the same time, I'm sure you would be able to trust some people. There would be some people that would be worth trusting. And in this game, unless you're playing with them, unless you're starting with them, you can't really trust anybody. I mean, they could be totally good guy. They could be totally open to the idea of playing with other people, but because they don't know you and they're not willing to take that chance of losing all their stuff and starting all over, they might just shoot first and ask questions later. And that kind of sucks. I wish it didn't have to be that way. But I trust the devs, and I'm playing the game, so I'm obviously having fun with it. It's obviously fun for me now, as it is. And, I mean, I don't mind being on my own and kind of watching out for other players. It's not a big deal. I tend to kind of lone wolf it anyways, unless I'm playing with certain people. Alright, so we're at the dam now. So, I can't remember. I've been here before, but I can't remember. Let's use the binoculars. I thought we had binoculars. Do we not have binoculars? We don't have binoculars. So I passed a pair, I guess, and didn't do anything. I can't remember if that building is enterable. It doesn't look like it from here. So we're not gonna waste time heading over there. I know that somewhere in that direction over there is a barn house, or a barn, that should have some supplies. I don't know if it'll have any water bottles or matches, but it might have a weapon and maybe a little bit of food or something that we could use. That I'm pretty sure is not an enterable building whatsoever. Nope. Although I think that's one of the buildings that they're working on making enterable for the standalone. Man, I'm excited for the standalone. Cannot wait for that. I think just not having those loot piles and having to kind of actually search through the buildings is such a cool idea, and it's gonna make the game play a lot. Oop, running into a tree. Gonna make the game play a lot differently. So, definitely looking forward to that, and definitely looking forward to a new interface for the loot, not the loot, but for the inventory management. That is gonna be a huge thing that I am excited for. Okay, I thought I saw some buildings off over in that direction. So here's where we gotta kind of make a decision. Do we head right? Or do we go this way and search for... Or if we... Let's take the map out. See what the old map says. So let's see here. So there's another pond there. That may be that barn that I saw. I'm pretty sure that is actually, because I've come to this intersection before and I'm pretty sure it's right there. So we might want to go check that out. There's a city, Modulevka, but that's going in the opposite direction of where I want to go. So I think we're going to probably follow this road right, but I might stop over here first before we go. And actually, we might just stop over there and then call that a day. I think that's it right there. So we're going to head over that way. And then we may call it then and leave it at this fork in the road. Apparently, they've increased the frequency of antibiotics being dropped in the world to compensate for the higher likelihood of getting infected. So I've seen antibiotics and I saw some antibiotics yesterday when I was playing and failing to make the third episode, but I haven't come across any today. So hopefully we can come across some, because as we all know, as I've been saying, infection rate has gone up. It's instead of a 1 in 1,000 for getting attacked by a zombie, it's 1 in 500. You can get it from water. You can get it from uncooked meat. So, and from what I remember from getting it a while ago, and from what I've heard from other players, it's definitely not something you want to get. You do not want to get infected. Hold on a sec. Okay. Sounded for a second like they may have seen me, but I think we're okay. I'm just hoping they're not in the barn. That'll make things a little hairier. Although I'm far enough out in the boonies where I think if I needed to, I could probably open fire without bringing too much attention to myself. Okay, there's definitely one right there. We should switch to the 1911 so it's not quite as loud. Or we could try dropping this guy and taking him out. I'm gonna try that. Actually, let's see here. Did I just drop it? Okay, see, this is gonna piss me off if I just drop my Lee Enfield through the ground. That's what looks like it. Looks like that's what happened. Alright. Well, now you guys know why we need that new inventory management system, because that is unacceptable. That is unacceptable. I should not have had to lose that Lee Enfield in order to take him out. Alright. Well, hopefully there's something in here that we can use. Maybe replace it with another Lee Enfield or a shotgun. That'll work too. Okay. So let's go ahead and put this guy on the tool belt. Take the shotgun. Man, it's a shame to lose that Lee Enfield, though. I'm mad about that. And actually, we're going to put our ghillie suit on now. So let's go ahead and take this guy. Oh, wow. Didn't want to do that. Just wanted to put him there. Okay, we're going to put him on. We're going to put... here. Let's go into third person. We're going to put him... Put him in the backpack. See, that's what and it did it again. I thought it was gonna... Alright. Let's see here. Let's get rid of the Makarov mags. I don't need those. And pick up the bandage. Alright. Nothing up there. Oh, there's the other guy. Hopefully we can lose him without having to deal with him. We're getting out of here. As you can see with the ghillie suit, definitely harder to see us in this. So if we come across any players, we'll have a much better chance of survival out in the wilderness here. And I kept my civilian clothing just in case. Just in case, we're definitely going to come across another city. Can't have that negative attitude. We're definitely going to come across another city. So, when we get to a city, I'll be able to change into the civilian clothes and not stick out so badly in there with a ghillie suit. But, we're going to find a nice bush here to log out in. And, we will see you guys on the next one.
Six. Close.
Oh my god!
Medium range.